This episode is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes the team collaboration software that powers enterprise businesses around the world, including over 80% of the Fortune 500. With Atlassian's AI-powered software like Jira, Confluence, and Loom, you'll have more time to do the work that matters. In fact, Atlassian customers experience a 25% reduction in project duration per year. Unleash the potential of your team at Atlassian.com. Atlassian.
This is Optimal Work Daily. Knowing When It's Time to Move On by Ryan Hoover of ryanhoover.me. Next week, I will be leaving my full-time role at Playhaven in one of the most expensive cities in the world, by choice. I'm paid well, the company is growing, and I work with an amazing team of friends. I still ask myself, what the am I doing? Here's my story. I moved to San Francisco to join Playhaven as number 10 nearly 3 years ago. Silicon Valley has always attracted this native Oregonian, and the opportunity to join the visionary Andy Yang in the booming mobile gaming space made my decision a no-brainer. But honestly, I had no idea what I was doing, and soon I found out the team didn't either. We had a product with traction, but revenue and adoption were nearly stagnant. We needed to change something. Those first 5 months were some of the most exciting yet scary times in my life, debating what to do next as our cash reserves dwindled. Layoffs were imminent. I had a conversation with Andy over beers shortly before the layoffs. He told me what was coming and that I might be out of a job in a few weeks. What had I done? I moved from my comfortable hometown to this unfamiliar city to join a dying startup? I guess I'll just ride this out and move back home, I thought. But I survived. The company downsized a few weeks later, and I sadly said goodbye to my friends and coworkers as they packed their belongings. And then there were 6 of us. Fast forward 3 months, things begin to pick up. We set out on a new, inspiring vision. The team was excited. We put our heads down, scrapping nearly all existing code to rebuild the product. As the sole product manager, I worked with a small team of 5 engineers. It was largely a collaborative effort. It had to be. In between answering support requests, sending the occasional marketing email, and other miscellaneous obligations, I was responsible for defining the user experience, creating wireframes for the new dashboard. I had done similar work, but nothing at this scale. I had to learn on the job, and fast. We made great progress thanks to an exceptional, hungry engineering team. But still, the revenue was almost non-existent as the clock continued to tick. We set a goal to do a private launch at Casual Connect in July of 2011. The preceding month was hectic and thrilling. There were long nights of excruciating pain, but passion is a powerful drug that can get you through hard times. Rushed to bring the product into a usable state, strapped with few resources, I, a mostly non-technical person, set up a local environment of the dashboard we were building and began squashing bugs. Each GitHub commit delivered a rush of dopamine and satisfaction of progress. It was 2 a.m. the night before an important demo with a large client. Without a QA team, or even a single QA person, I hammered on the product late into the night, uncovering and sometimes fixing more bugs. It was incredibly unscientific, but we didn't have time for process. We just had to get done. Eventually, the product was delivered in a usable state, and we landed our first big client. This was huge, and we celebrated our first major win. Since our humble beginnings, the team has grown to 85. We've acquired several thousand customers, generating multi-million-dollar revenues. We're operating in a growing market with an amazing vision that I strongly believe in to this day. Things are going well. So why leave a good thing? As I've shared before, my priority is to learn. I've grown a ton in the past 3 years, especially during times of discomfort when I am challenged the most. My time at Playhaven has taught me so much. Methodologies for discovering what people really want. The importance of building the right, minimal features, processes for bringing an idea to market, how to scale a company, the criticality of hiring the right people and building an aligned culture, and more. But I'm ready for my next challenge, eager to accelerate my learning. My friend Nathan Bashaw recently told me, quote, "When you look back at yourself 6 months from today and don't feel embarrassed by your naivete, there's a problem. That means you're not learning, growing." End quote. As the company has grown, my role has transitioned into more specific areas of focus. We've also hired a UX designer to relieve many of the responsibilities and fun challenges that I used to tackle. In short, my role has become more specialized from my generalist roots. But if I am to be honest with myself, I've lost passion for the market and the industry we're in. I attempted to remedy this, taking a long overdue 2-week vacation 3 months ago, but the passion didn't return. Over the years, my interest in video games has dwindled. I grew up obsessed, microing Marines in StarCraft hours at a time, throwing profanities after getting disconnected in the middle of a heated Team Fortress Classic match, and blasting grunts on Halo into the AM. Today, I rarely play even casual 2-minute distractions on my iPhone. Instead, I invest in myself, reading, writing, and working on side projects and experiments. Today, I have strong ambitions to build a product that I am the consumer of. If you follow my writing, you may have noticed I never write about the industry I work in, gaming. This is very telling. Additionally, I am not a game developer, nor do I have the motivation to become one. People that build products for themselves have a tremendous advantage because they are their own user. They don't have to get inside the user's head to understand the problem. Their ability to persevere is strengthened by a motivation to solve their own problems. Despite these feelings, the decision was far from easy and difficult to tell my friend and boss. I could barely utter the words, "I'm leaving." I cried. It's still hard to swallow. But deep down, I know it's the right move for me. I'm grateful for the opportunities I've been given, the support from my friends, and mentorship from those in the entrepreneurial community. You know who you are. I have many to thank. As I spend my final days at Playhaven and think about my next adventure, I refer to these questions as I evaluate new opportunities. Is this really what I want to do? Am I strongly passionate about the product, market, and vision? Will I be challenged, learn, and grow to my full potential? I hope others can learn from my experience and feel encouraged to find their passion, reflect on their personal goals, and take a chance on themselves. You just listened to the post titled "Knowing When It's Time to Move On" by Ryan Hoover of ryanhoover.me. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. We're all marveled at how quickly kids learn and that sense of wonderment they have while doing it. But as adults, sometimes we lose that curiosity. Well, if there's something you've been wanting to learn, know that therapy can help you reconnect with your sense of wonder, because your back-to-school era can come at any age. And make no mistake, therapy is for everyone. Whether or not you've been through significant trauma, therapy can be a great tool for setting boundaries, learning new skills, and ultimately becoming the best version of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/workdaily today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/workdaily. When it comes to hiring, don't go searching for the one. Just meet your match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree. Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. And one of the things I really love about Indeed is that it filters out those incompatible applicants. So when you're hiring, the process is much faster and you only have to consider applicants that are already likely to be a great fit. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. So just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. And a big thanks to Ryan. In addition to being the founder of Product Hunt, he's also an investor at Weekend Fund. The website is weekend.fund. Over there, he and his partner write checks from $75,000 to $200,000 for early-stage startups around the world and across consumer and business-to-business products and services. They help founders with product, community building, and more. So if you're building something ambitious, they're the guys to talk to. Again, you can check that out at weekend.fund. And Ryan is featured across a couple of our shows, so if you like his style and this idea of blogs being narrated to you for free, check out our other shows by searching for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this.
And that should do it for today. Thanks so much for being here and for listening all the way through. And I'll be back with you tomorrow for the Monday show, where your optimal life awaits.